Alright, what's going on, guys? Before we start this interview, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It'll be pop up right here somewhere. So, alright, first we got Hudson Fricke and his girl, best girl in town right now.
That's right.
Little Bella joining us right now. If you don't know
Firstborn.
Little firstborn.
That's right. That's right.
If you don't know who Hudson Fricke, he's the owner of Southern Crossfit here in Greenville, South Carolina. Just want to get a quick interview about Hudson and everything about him, about the gym and stuff. So, appreciate you doing this for me, man.
Oh yeah, man. I'm glad to sit down. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah. So, first of all, man, before I get started and everything, I just want to know about you and the gym and stuff. So, before we get into that, I just want to know, like, so, what year did you start CrossFit and how did you hear about CrossFit, first of all?
So I did my first CrossFit workout in, gosh, it would have been probably 2009. And it's funny because I was on break from school. I had like a weekend open.
Yeah.
And every time I would come home, I'd work out with somebody here in town, find a place to work out. And, it was just kind of a typical Globo scene. But one weekend when I was here, I contacted friend Dave Schlarb, and he recommended that I come work out with them one Saturday morning. They're doing some like cross training or CrossFit workout.
Yeah.
So I showed up. I was in town from like Friday night to Sunday morning, and Saturday morning I went and did this workout, and I still remember the workout. It was 400-meter run, like 21 deadlifts, and 21 pull-ups, 400-meter run, 15-15, 400-meter run, 9-9. And I had like never deadlifted in my life. I had never done I've done a pull-up, but never like a swinging pull-up, as you would say.
You do like straight pull-ups?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, so I was like, obviously being a collegiate athlete at the time, I was like, man, I gotta win this workout and see what I can do here.
Yeah.
And so I sprinted all I had for that run, the first 400-meter run, and I was doing like sumo deadlifts on the bar, and it just completely blew my back, like
what weight was
so bad. It was supposed to be at 225, so I was like, I'll try 225.
Yeah.
And quickly after about 3 reps, I put 185 on there, and then quickly after about 3 more reps, I think I had like 155 on there. And I just remember going back to school, and practice started like that next week for basketball, and our strength coach was like, dude, what did you do? Like, you can't. I said my back was seriously, I couldn't move for like that whole next week. It was bad. It was not good at all. So that was my introduction to CrossFit, and I hated it. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. Little did I know, yeah. A couple years later, so that was probably like, 2009 or so, 2011 or 2012.
Yeah.
It would have been 2011 or so when I finished college. I remember going back and being like, man, maybe I'll try this thing out again. It was kind of, the competitive side of it was like, hoping to fill that void that I probably missed with basketball.
Yeah.
So I just literally Googled like swinging pull-ups, and CrossFit.com came up, and picked back up. And when I was in college then at Milligan College, I kind of had a red shirt year that I went to school there for. And so I just followed CrossFit.com pretty religiously. I was like 1 or 2 days behind, so I knew like what was coming.
Yeah.
On .com, and
okay.
We kind of just Google whatever the movement was, and then try to do it on my own. So
you kind of.
Hey, she might turn that down just a little bit. Sorry.
You're good. So you kind of taught yourself CrossFit a little bit after doing that?
Yeah, it was all kind of trial and error on what I could do, what I couldn't do. I'd Google whatever it was.
Yeah.
And, searched around different programming, and kind of did my own programming, and I'd follow some random gyms programming, and followed .com. And
so you never joined like official CrossFit gym?
I never did. No. So I just kind of did that on my own in the weight room at Milligan College in Tennessee. And then when I came back home to Greenville, I was kind of in the limbo of whether or not I wanted to try to play basketball professionally, and recently found a CrossFit. Had been doing CrossFit though still pretty consistently at Hit CrossFit. That was in Simpsonville. It's no longer open, but with Wade Metz over there, he's great. It kind of let me jump in their community, and had a great time training there.
And this is about 2011 or 2012?
Yeah, 2011. So let me think here. This would have been 2012.
2012.
Now. Yeah, 2012, and so it kind of came down to where the basketball season that I was hoping to play overseas was starting in like September, and it was like December at the time. So I had like almost 6 to 8 months to figure out like what I was doing, trying to do stuff. So I was helping somebody flip houses all day, and then basically trying to do CrossFit somewhat at HIT, and then try to play basketball at night. So the Lord had plans for me to kind of start Southern Moon shortly after that. So kind of long story short, things fell through with the basketball, and things kind of worked out pretty well for starting Southern Moon. So
did you have help? Were you like, you got a partner with?
Yeah,
Southern
I
Moon?
did. So initially, I started with Dave Schlarb, who's he was a great weightlifting coach and one of the coaches and owners starting out. And then we owned it together as a partnership for about, I think it was maybe like 4 years or so.
4 years, yeah.
And then after that, Dave, we kind of just parted ways, and so now, gosh, it's been another 4+ years, I think, since then. So yeah, it's crazy how quick time goes. But it's been quite the ride for sure. Just owning a gym and being part of a really, really good community.
So did you dive in all your chips into the gym, try to like how'd you like market-wise before?
Yeah, so we had, Dave and I had a lot of close friends around the area, friends and family, that all kind of started here with us. And at the time, our model was kind of like, hey, let's try to get as many people in here as we can and see what we do. And we had a lot of good success with it, a lot of good clients coming in, and it was kind of one of the first gyms around the area at the time. So
what year was this when you opened the gym?
This would have been like 2013.
2013?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was pretty relatively new.
Yeah, so fairly new, and I'm trying to think what other gyms were around at the time. I know CrossFit Reaction was around.
Reaction probably.
There may have been a couple other ones in the area, but it was kind of early on. So we had a bunch of different classes, a lot of people trying it out, seeing what they thought, and we were kind of dumb, obviously, starting out with our model and just kind of getting people in and see what we were doing. But it was kind of funny just looking back on what we did and how we did things and learning from that, and then moving on from there. So
nice, dude. So who came up with the name? Did you come up with the name, or?
So it actually comes from a Benji Davis project, which is a band. There's a song called Sweet Southern Moon.
Sweet Southern Moon.
And a song called Sweet Southern Moon. It definitely wasn't one of the things we had initially. We submitted I think you could submit 3 names at a time. So I had gone through, I think it was Honor and Glory CrossFit was like #1, because our business is actually Honor and Glory Fitness LLC. That's like what our business name is. But and then we had probably 9 other ones that we had submitted. We submit 3 names, and you wait like a week to hear back.
They all get denied.
Then 3 more. And I was like, we did Southern Strength, Southern something. I was like, I'm just writing Southern Moon on here. This is like probably our 15th option. And they're like, no, but yes to Southern Moon. So I was like, all right, this is it, man. We're going on with Southern Moon. I'm tired of waiting for them to get clearance on this thing. So once we got clearance with Southern Moon, it's been actually a pretty good name. And Dave had a tattoo artist design our logo, which has been a pretty good logo. I think it kind of differentiates.
Yeah, I kind of
people see that around.
I was looking at it over there with the moon and the kettlebell. So
so it's a pretty sweet logo, and it's worked out pretty well for us.
So how does it feel like being a gym owner? Do you have, when you first opened it, do you have any fears of becoming a gym owner?
I mean, there's always things that might linger around on, are people even going to come in here? What am I serving? What am I offering to folks? But I think if you have a deeper relational aspect to what we're doing, then people see that and see the differentiation there and stick around for it. So now that there's not highs and lows on any type of business ownership, but
of course.
There's some times you're like, man, this is a lot. This is, hopefully some people stick around. There's people that come and go, and there's all been good relationships.
Yeah, of course.
The big thing for us is making sure that we're stay positive in our community and have positive people around us for people to really thrive when they're in the gym here.
Cool, man. I like that. So do you coach all the classes? What are your class
I do
times?
not. So we have basically 5 hours per day of classes. Typically, I would say regularly I'll coach at least 2. And then We have some other auxiliary coaches, we'll call it, and then some other coaches that might be like part-time workers.
Yeah.
And the majority of my time is doing personal training. So we do a lot of personal training as well out of the gym.
Okay.
And that's kind of changed a little bit. Since we opened, we've changed that model and that setup a little bit. So not that we only do personal training or only do like CrossFit class, we kind of mesh a mixture of both of them. So depending on the schedule for the day of personal training, hopefully I'm not doing a whole bunch of classes and a whole bunch of personal training. We'll kind of balance it out on what works best for us and for the coaches.
Okay, cool. So you do you have your clients come in, you just kind of program for them sometimes?
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll have specific hours, that are off sometimes during class times or sometimes outside of class times, but they'll come in and we'll work one-on-one with them, and then that'll be a little bit more catered to what they want specifically. Sometimes just like, hey, I just need a little bit more eyes on me when I'm working out. And so we're able to hopefully provide that value for them when it's one-on-one. Obviously, it's going to be more valuable if I'm coaching you versus coaching 10 people in a class.
Yeah, of course.
So
well, some people like that preferably sometimes.
Exactly.
Having one-on-one sessions.
Exactly.
They get more benefit out of that sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I think it works well for the client, for the coach, and for the gym. So I think if all three kind of benefit from that, then it's a good setup.
Cool.
So
you enjoy coaching everybody?
So I definitely enjoy coaching, and I've always, whether it's coaching folks in the gym, I really like coaching basketball through college, and then maybe not through college, but a little bit outside of college. So I've always had kind of a passion for coaching and leading people, whether that's like in an athletic environment like the gym or on the basketball court. I really enjoy it, and it's been a blessing to kind of have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, kind of do what you like doing. So it's been pretty good.
Exactly.
So it's pretty much work for you. So it's kind of fun thing,
That's right. Yeah. So it provides for us and provides a good time for me as well. So we're blessed to be able to do it.
Have you always? I know you recently just moved into this building. Have you always been like?
So we've been all over the place in the Mayor Van Center. So we've always been in this business park, I guess.
Business area.
We started in Building F. Shout out to F14. Anybody that started over there with us, and so it was probably about half the size of this gym, which is very small. But it was an awesome little setup we had over there. For our classes. Once we expanded, that was probably after, only a year or so. We made the move to a building that was exponentially larger. So we were in like 1,400 square feet, and we moved to a building that was like 6,300 square feet. So much larger facility. In Building A. And it worked out well too over there. It was just a little bit different setup because of how large it was, and I don't think we ever really utilized the space efficiently. It's just hard because it was so big. There's so much going on, and our class sizes weren't anything like tremendous. We could cater to folks if there's 20 plus people in a class, but not every class really 20 plus people. So people were some had the option of doing their own thing, whatever during class. So we were there, I think, for maybe it's been 5 or 6, 7 years over there. It was a little while we were in that building, and then just about a year ago or so, we've moved over to this facility, which is much smaller than the larger one, but probably about double the size we started at in Building F. And this I would say feels more like a gym in the building we're in versus like a warehouse that has a gym in it, which is kind of like where we were. So this is definitely a much better feel in here, and it gets a little
I bet it
gets
gets a little crowded
in here.
sometimes.
It can get crowded here in the evening, some classes, but the goal obviously for us is make sure we can do well at managing those classes, and our coaches are able to stay up to par on what they need to be doing for that, and how to efficiently run the class. If there's 3 people in here, or if there's 20 people in here, and we've had both. So,
how many coaches do you have right now, as of now?
So we have, and these are all part-time, except for myself. It would basically be, so we have Kayla, Bo, Christian, Tara. I think we have 5 other coaches, so 6 total.
6 total coaches.
Mark,
Is that including you? So coach
Yep.
6? Okay.
Yeah, 6 including myself. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
they're actually coming to meet today, so we'll kind of have a little coaches meeting, which we're trying to do more of those. But yeah, it's been.
Nice. So you get together with all of them and kind of discuss?
Yeah, at least, ideally we'd get together every other week or so, but, it can be hard with schedules, so probably once a month is about ideal for when we meet. And then otherwise, we obviously communicate with everybody that's, where we can communicate.
Cool. Do you do like the programming for your gym?
Yeah.
Or how do you base on that?
So, we've kind of floated around. Well, actually, I would say for the last, a long time, I've done all the programming for the whole gym for everybody.
Yeah.
And as of recent, we kind of switched over to using that SugarWatt app, and
Yeah,
on
a lot
that
of
app
people
you're
are
allowed
doing
to
that.
utilize some other gym programs that you're using. So we've done this trial for the competitors training, for comp training or whatever, for the class.
Okay.
So we're doing that right now. That's what we're following. I think it's very manageable for the coaches because it gives, breaks down everything, kind of dummy proofs it all for our coaches on time, on what, kind of dummy proof the programming for the coaches. It's really good for interaction with the athletes as well.
Yeah.
And I think that user friendliness of SugarWatt really makes it beneficial for everybody to use.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our program right now is just following that comp train, which I think most everybody's been pleased with it so far. So it's only been about 2 or 3 weeks, but
okay, so I just not
I think
start
most people
following.
like it.
Yeah.
So we'll probably keep doing it. People like it. We're gonna talk about that today with the coaches, see what they think about it. So
Cool, man. I do that. So I know one of your gyms is one of the OG gyms. Cause when I started CrossFit in 2014, it was either Southern Moon or Reaction or the
OG 2 ones around. That's right. That's right. And Reaction, golly, they've been around for years longer than we have. I know a lot of people in Greenville that when they first started CrossFit, it's like everybody either started from CrossFit Reaction or HIT CrossFit.
Yeah.
So from HIT we have Jessica Clohessy and Brandon Simpson. They're both down at Swamp Rabbit now.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the gym owners from the upstate, it's all stemmed from either CrossFit Reaction or HIT CrossFit, which is kind of funny. So
I know in 2014, a lot of gyms started opening up, popping up. Because I used to just Google a bunch of gyms.
Yeah, and there might be 1 or 2. Now there's
there's so
15
many.
or something in Greenville. There's a lot in Greenville, just in the upstate. So.
Yeah, so it's grown a lot.
It has, and I think that's good. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I think it's good. The more people that know about CrossFit, the more likely you're going to get people trying out CrossFit. So I think it's, and I'm competing against these other affiliates. Necessarily, I think it's more so that we're competing against, unhealthy lifestyle and helping people get in the gym. So
cool, man. That's the cool thing about your gym, man. I know you're a hard owner. You work hard towards your goals and stuff. So it's cool, man.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
So also I want to get into I guess your competitive side because you played college basketball.
Yep.
And all that.
Yeah.
And when things didn't work out for you, going to college. Where'd you play for college?
So I went to the University of Florida.
University of Florida,
initially
that's right.
out of high school, and I was down there for 4 years.
Yeah.
And had 1 year that I injured my wrists.
Yeah.
And kind of fractured both my wrists, and then kind of had the option of getting a redshirt-ish year. So I basically had a semester that I played, an extra semester I got to play at an NAI school in Johnson City, Tennessee called Milligan College.
Okay.
So I played 1 semester there. One full year there, and then thought I would have a 5th semester type thing, but I didn't, so I ended up just kind of going to school for that semester. That's what put me in that awkward situation of finishing in December, and then having that off time. So, but yeah, I always grown up being pretty competitive with athletics.
Yeah.
Always done additional training when it comes to obviously you have basketball, and then things you can help supplement basketball would be stuff in the weight room. So I was always a big advocate for that. Yeah. So when that was over, I guess CrossFit kind of filled that void.
Yeah. So I know so when basketball didn't work out, when did you find out about the whole competitive CrossFit, the regional thing?
That would have been kind of when I started. Well,
what was
not when I first hurt my back real bad.
Yeah.
That was just this is stupid. And then I'm trying to think when I got exposed to some competitive aspect of it. I know there was
Did you do any local competitions?
Yeah, so my first competition I ever did was actually at CrossFit Charlotte. And I just signed up for this event, and I was like, I guess I'll try this out. I've been doing CrossFit.
I don't know why it does that. All right, just keep going.
Yeah, so CrossFit Charlotte, that was kind of my first competition I'd ever done. And yeah, talk about OGs. I remember my heat, I had like 3 games athletes in my heat, and the workout was like 6 deadlifts at like 315 or something. I never deadlifted like more than whatever in my life. Like I still was probably recovering from that back injury when I first started, but yeah, so I was doing like singles on these deadlifts. It was like 6 deadlifts and like 30 or 20 GHD sit-ups and like 50 double unders for like 5 rounds or something like that.
Yeah.
And I had never done really the GHD sit-up either. And that workout wrecked me. Like I remember doing those GHD sit-ups, like we were just talking earlier about doing that the local comp event. But yeah, that many GHD sit-ups, I had not ever really done them. I was moving super fast through them, but I think the next week or so, it was hard to like sit up out of bed because I was so sore from doing those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a bunch of OGs in my heat. Like there was some old school guys. I think Gary Helmick he went to the games for years.
I know, yeah, I heard
Nate Schrader went to the games for years. Spencer Hindle. Like
man,
all
so
3 of those guys, I think were all in my heat. So they were done at like 3 minutes in, and I'm like the last kid in the pool finishing up, and everybody's like, yeah, okay. Everybody's moving on, it's cooling down. I'm just like, this is very embarrassing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first event that I ever did, or first competition I ever did. The other events I did decent on. It was a little bit more endurance based, and not as much like barbell stuff.
Yeah.
Which I was better at, but other than that, the local competitions like Greenville games, I did that.
Yeah.
1 year, and then I'm trying to think what else. I did like a garage games event 1 year, and we did that as a team. And that was a funny event because at the time, Rich Froning was really good at CrossFit. Obviously, he was like the champion every year.
Yeah.
He did this event, and he was like next to us in every event. It was Rich Froning, like Dan Bailey, and Elijah Muhammad. I think all 3 of them were on a team.
Yeah.
And it's funny because some of the memories I have of that were just like, it was cold and miserable. And like understanding some of these workouts, I remember we had a workout, it was like 100 thrusters, 100 like deadlifts, 100 something with like a 135 barbell. And we're talking to our team, and I'm like, guys, we should probably pace this out. Like, let's do 5 reps at a time and just kind of like go through it quick, stay fresh, keep moving. And then I remember Bo, who's one of the coaches here, he was like, no, man, we can do 10. We can do 10. You do 10, I'll do 10. We'll still be good because we got a lot of rest. I was like, I don't know, man. And so they say 3, 2, 1, go, and I'm like, watch Rich Froning. He does 5 and puts the bar down. I'm like, dude, if he's doing 5 reps at a time, we should not be doing 10 at a time. He's the best in the world at this. Like, just pace it out.
He's like, we're going to keep 10, baby.
Yeah, we're going to be better. Yeah, it's just definitely humble. It's just funny to see, like, you can be humbled. You can humble yourself, or you can be humbled pretty quick. So
yeah.
That's kind of the fun things about competition.
So,
knowing where that line's at.
So, like, when was your first regional appearance? Because I know you've been to a couple times.
Yeah, so 2013, I think, was the first year I went to regionals. 2013, it was in.
And how many did they take that year? I'm not familiar with those years. I was
West
in
Palm. Yeah, so I think there were 60. So I was
like. They took 60?
60 from the Open.
From the Southeast?
Yeah. Okay. And then they had 2014. I think it was the same. Maybe. So it's funny because in 2013, I think I finished like 27th in the Open, and I was like the exact same placement, I think, at regionals, like 20 something in the 20s. And I think in 2014, I felt really good going into the Open. I did pretty well in, and that was my best regional finish in 2014. And then 2015, I went again. That was like in Atlanta. I think in 2015 was when they started the super regional, where they combined everything, and there was only 20 from each region.
They took 20 from each region.
Yeah. And then 2016, I didn't make it. 2017, I made it. Is that the end of regionals, maybe?
No, 2018 was the last.
2018, I didn't make it. Then that would have been the last one. Then
that was the last region.
Yeah. So 13, 14, 15, and 17. So 4 years. Sorry, 16. No, 17.
Yeah.
4 years that I've been.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I mean, with that, I think it comes down to, obviously qualifying, being in good shape, and then staying healthy.
Yeah.
And then the regionals are so dependent on some of the workouts. So some of the years I did a lot better. Obviously, it was a little more biased. I think I was definitely fitter, or more fit. But if there's some things that are in your wheelhouse and you can capitalize on that, and some things that aren't, then you just kind of hang around. But yeah, the competitive side of it, it's fun for me to do, and it keeps me active. And the main thing for me is just staying healthy and enjoying it.
When you first qualified in 2013, well, that was your first one, you said, right?
Yep, yeah.
So in 2013, did you have any expectations were going in, or did you just do the open that year and and hear about regionals and I'm just going to
kind of, yeah. So that year was kind of I guess I did pretty well on this. I submitted all my, made sure I signed up and submitted everything, and that was our first year we opened the gym too. So we kind of had everybody involved. We kind of split up teams and did a big event each weekend at the gym. Okay. So yeah, I kind of was hoping to qualify. I didn't know exactly where I'd end up on that. Yeah. Just like we said earlier, if there's something like wheelhouse work there that year, if there was something that was any bit heavy or something, it probably would have bumped me way out. Still kind of is the way, but yeah. So I ended up qualifying. Then 2014, I definitely pushed okay, I want to finish top 10. That was my.
So.
Yeah, in 2014 it was I want to finish in the last heat. I want to be here in that last heat. Because I remember leaving the regional event, and I was like, man, this is kind of why was I even here? Because I'm 20th or something, and they still had another heat or two to go, and I'm already walking out of the building. It doesn't really matter. So I was I want to be in this last heat the next year, and I made it in that final heat the next year, and that year was. I went into it kind of having a little bit of a back injury, and I ended up performing really well. Yeah. And yeah, that was just a good year, I think, for me physically when I was competing, and then training. During the open is always important because you gotta do well in the open.
Yeah. So you would say 2014.
So it kind of worked out. It was probably my best finish. Yeah.
So.
Which is crazy that it's been 6 years, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting old, man. Pretty soon we'll be talking about hopefully Masters qualifying. It goes quick.
Would you do Masters if that when time comes?
Yeah, for sure. I'm healthy and still training with it, which I plan to. I don't like how people are I'm just done with CrossFit. I mean, you're not really done with it. You're done exercising. I mean, I think really just people get tired of not being able to qualify. And it's it's part of the humbling aspect of it.
Keep pushing.
Yeah, exactly.
How old are you right now?
I'm 31.
31. So you
31 now.
Roughly 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. For sure. So.
Yeah. So I talking to JR the other day. He's 35. He's in the Masters.
Yeah, he's in the Masters
category. And he made he
qualified, right?
The age online whatever the qualifier thing. I told him, you gonna do it? And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, man, so you're going to push to make it,
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about it. He's like, man, my focus not that right now. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
let's go, man. Yeah. Finish strong, baby. You got to push for it.
Yeah, he could do it. It'd be fun to see him do well with it. But, yeah, it's kind of if you're healthy and you're doing it, you're doing it. If, you have the extra time to do that.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, it's hard right now for me. I can't imagine, if he's – if you had more to your plate, if you have more kids or whatever it may be, there's a lot of outside things that are more important than just yourself working out. So if you can stay healthy and keep training, keep competing, have fun with it.
Yeah, man, that's all it is, man. Just gotta keep going with
exactly.
it. So
exactly. Stay
keep training. With it. It's a humbling experience, dude. So
I
like the process. Sure. Enjoy the process.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and then if you can continue to see growth for you specifically, then that's really the success of it. I think if you're trying to just hey, I gotta do this, I gotta qualify, and you don't qualify, it's setting yourself up for failure essentially. So as long as you can celebrate small successes and continue with small growth, individually when it comes to training, I think that goes much further than trying to make an event or something like that.
How much time do you train a day, really? Do you have a specific training schedule you do?
Yeah, I typically train twice during the day, but it's usually 2 30-minute sessions essentially.
More of like an aerobic, or you set the
Yeah,
aerobic
so
for
I'll
the
usually
strength,
do like some longer conditioning workout like in the morning.
Yeah.
And it kind of depends on how I feel. If I really want to hurt, I might throw some type of weights in there. But it's usually like 20 minutes, whether it's 20-minute AMRAP or like every few minutes do something here. You know, working a little bit more on gymnastics work, and then more breathing work, and then in the afternoons I'll really try to do stuff as much as I can with a barbell.
Okay.
As much lifting as possible.
Yeah.
So that's usually for another 30-40 minutes if I can. Hey guys. And that'll be typically another 30-40 minute session later on. So
cool.
Yeah, total it's like
maybe like 2 hours.
Some days an hour and a half, some days it's an hour, some days I can only do the early morning or the morning session, and that's really I don't have time for the afternoon session, or maybe some days I just have the afternoon session. So just depending on my personal training schedule, my schedule at the house, and schedule with classes as well. So
understandable.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of different hats you can wear as a gym owner, so training is not typically your first hat to wear. So, if you can add it in, factor that in, it is a little extra time at the gym, but for me, it clears my head. I feel a little better after I do it. If I don't work out, I'm kind of in a bad mood.
A little grumpy.
So, exactly. It's like, I just need some endorphins, and I think from a mental health perspective, I think exercise definitely goes a long way, so it's important to do that. I know for me specifically and for a lot of other people, but so if I can sweat pretty good once a day and then lift pretty heavy, some type of lifting once a day, that's pretty ideal for me.
Good, man. Cool.
Yeah.
So I know you won South Carolina this year. Are you going to do that Mid Atlantic competition?
Yeah. So that's the next one. The next thing on the docket, there's a sanction event in DC that I'm signed up for it. So
you're ready to go. Like it's all no turning back
it's
now.
all so there's no turning back. I got an Airbnb reserved. I got our plane tickets reserved. We're not going to the beach that week, and my wife is definitely not too happy about that. But so we'll be up in DC looking at the cherry blossoms instead.
When is that?
But yeah, it's April, mid-April, April like 18th or 19th. Yeah, I think 18, 19, and 20 or something, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting ready for that. I'm definitely trying to do what I can training-wise now to get ready for that.
Feel okay going in a little bit?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I've had a little bit of issues kind of with my low back.
Yeah.
Sounds like the common theme here. Come here, Billy. With my back when I started, but I don't know if it's just the volume of squatting or something like that. It kind of forced me to take it a little bit easier the past couple weeks, but other than that, I feel pretty good about everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
So watch down there.
The goal would be to do pretty well there, and who knows? You never know in these events. So.
Yeah, you bet, baby.
If they release some things that are good for me, I'll be happy. If not, it might just be try to survive. So,
do damage control, man.
That's
so
right. That's right.
So, we're going free, man.
Thanks a lot.
Excited for doing that. Thanks. Cool, man. So I'm just gonna do a little, just kind of get everything a little wrapped up. Just gonna do some little fun little questions.
All right.
Just some little things. So whatever. So first question: what's your favorite CrossFit movement you got?
Ooh.
Favorite one?
Back squat.
Back squat.
Yeah.
Really?
I think that's
surprising for me.
The one I enjoy the most doing when I'm doing well, and I feel the most benefit from.
Back squat.
Back squatting, yeah.
Cool.
I'm not good at it, but I enjoy doing it the most. That's probably my favorite, yeah.
Cool. Favorite benchmark workout?
Ooh, man, that's a great question. I'll say Amanda.
Amanda, that's a good
that's
one
with
right there.
Muscle ups and snatches.
Yeah, I have yet to do Amanda, but
I like that one. Yeah, it's always kind of like anytime you get a benchmark workout, you're kind of like get butterflies for it. But yeah, that one I think you can always go a little bit faster and a little bit harder, but you can't go too much because then you get failure on muscle ups or snatches or something quick. So yeah, that's a good one, Amanda.
Amanda. All right. What's the biggest pet peeve you have in the gym related or in general?
Ooh. I'll start with the gym. There's a lot. I think most gym owners will agree with me on some of these. People not putting their stuff away, and also just leaving chalk out or making a mess with chalk.
Just like chalk in the spray and
chalk all over the place. As a gym owner, I'll definitely say those are two of my pet peeves. making a mess.
Yeah.
Because I gotta clean it up.
Yeah, of course. Do you drink any type of caffeine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drink coffee. Usually have 1 cup of coffee a day, and then I have this. Right now, I have Amino Energy, which is like a little pre-workout thing that I'll have some of that maybe in the morning, but I usually don't do any caffeine after like 2 o'clock.
Really? So you take caffeine later in the day?
Sorry, I don't do anything after 2
Oh,
o'clock.
after 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh,
after 2
okay,
o'clock,
yeah, okay,
nothing.
sorry.
So, yeah, sometimes maybe, like during the open, maybe if we're doing Friday Night Lights, I might get a little hit of pre-workout. But yeah, caffeine is a great performance-enhancing drug, so you just gotta be careful with it when you want to use it.
Yeah. What's the least favorite CrossFit movement?
Ooh, any type of front rack, front squatting.
Front squatting.
And probably like full clean, squat cleans, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my worst one as well.
You got a favorite open workout?
Ooh, that's a good question. Gosh, the ones that are most memorable are like the worst, so they're definitely not my favorites. Maybe there's one I think it was in 2014 or 15. That was it was like an ascending ladder of snatches. It was like 30 snatches, 30 burpees, 20 snatches, 30 burpees, 10 snatches, 30 burpees, and then max snatches at like
I think I remember that one. Was that like 2012?
Yeah.
I
So
remember that one.
it kind of climbed from like 75 pounds to 205 pounds, I believe was the last barbell.
Yeah.
I don't think I got to the last barbell, and nor did most people, but yeah, that was a fun one. It was like 17 minutes long workout. So.
Yeah. I think I remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite cheat meal, like a meal that you like, not really a healthy side, but something you like, you just crave that you want to go eat.
Man. I don't know. My wife and I will go to the kitchen sink. So we'll shout out the kitchen sink, and then get their. They have these like crazy French fries. They put like goat cheese on them and all this other stuff. It's delicious. So something usually fried and fattening. Yeah. Not really sweet.
Not really a sweet guy.
Yeah, I'm a sweet guy. No, I like sweets. I like sweets, but yeah, that's not like a huge cheat. Like, oh, I don't want to go just eat cake or something like that.
Yeah, you don't really crave all that, right?
Yeah, but something like fried French fries with like salt and cheese or something like that. It's delicious.
You be like chip guy, snacks or anything like that? Really? Not really.
Not too bad. No, but usually we'll do like some type of appetizer with fried something, fried potatoes, fried bread.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather do 1,000 burpees or row a marathon?
Row a marathon.
Row a marathon?
Yeah.
Woo, baby.
Yeah, for sure, row a marathon.
You're not a big burpee.
The burpees,
guy.
yeah. My goal, one of my physical goals, is like gaining 10 to 20 pounds in the past year and a half, and I've gained probably at least 12, maybe 15 pounds or so. Which has helped me. This is all for like CrossFit stuff, for lifting weights, for doing everything in here. It's helped tremendously with that. But the one thing it has not helped is burpees. Burpees have gotten way worse, and they just feel way worse. So rowing has gotten better. So I've gotten better with the rowing. I'd definitely choose the rowing on that one.
I think I asked Jared that same question when I asked him, would you do 1,000 burpees, row a marathon? He's like, 1,000 burpees.
1,000 burpees.
Yeah, he could do 1,000 burpees. He's like,
and that dude can move on burpees. So
he's like, I can't stay on the road for that long. He said he'd just be bored.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe just.
I don't know. That's a good quote. We don't have to put our money where their mouth is. I don't know if I'd.
I mean, if you're really just trying to just get it done, you can just like pop moving
and just move on the rower, right? Yeah. Yeah, it can be much less intensive than falling down every time.
Yeah. So
that big chest pump.
Okay. Do you ever bench a lot? Do you bench?
I do not.
You don't bench?
I benched so much when I was in like high school and even in college for years that I don't ever bench press. I just feel like every time I bench press, my shoulders feel terrible trying to do anything overhead or anything else. And I feel pretty confident with, like, if I had to do bench press, that I'd be able to do it fine. Like, so I don't need to train it a whole lot.
Yeah, try.
I don't know if that's going to be called on at all, like in the Open or in these sanction events. It'd be interesting if you did have that. I know that one year in the Open they had that Linda workout, but
yeah,
I would feel fine doing that workout. I don't think.
I mean, that bench is not super heavy. I guess
Yeah.
195. I think it was 195.
Yeah. So you can move through that
I mean, you could probably
relatively well. So I think it just makes me very sore, and it's bad for doing anything overhead. So yeah, I'd kind of stay away from it.
Sure. If you won the lottery, what would you do? What would you?
I don't know that much would change.
I mean, you
I probably would hire a morning coach to cover anything early mornings. Our gym would definitely be a little more pimped out. I don't know, man. Not a whole lot would change, I don't think. I would give every person that's a member of our gym right now $1 million. I would definitely do that. And I'm sure Carolina's family would be, and my family both would be trying to get them whatever, help them out however we could. So yeah, I don't know. That's always an interesting question asking people that, because you're like, I mean how much of your life would you change? Because I enjoy, I'm pretty simplistic, so I enjoy it for the most part. We don't want anything too extravagant. So yeah,
really
not a whole lot would change. I'm sure Bella would live a nicer lifestyle. Even though she already lives a pretty nice lifestyle. We get everything for Bella.
What's your nutrition like? I know you're a pretty good clean eater.
Yeah.
Like, do you eat the same thing every day, or do you like prep for the week? Or
yeah, we do a little bit of both. So we kind of prep meat, I would say, for the week. So we'd use like crock pot or something like that for some type of protein. And then we usually have, my rice cooker is on 24/7 pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's changed, I think, in the past year and a half for that weight gain. I've always eaten super strict when it comes to like paleo since I started CrossFit.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been until like the past year or 2 years that I've really tried to eat a lot more just for like how I feel and as much as I can to gain weight. So I basically eat paleo with like as much rice, trying to think what else, and oats added to it as I can. Yeah. So that's pretty much with everything. Like I eat, if you took out the rice and the oats that I eat, then I pretty much eat pretty strict paleo.
Really?
But other than that, if you add in the rice and those oats, that helps me feel a lot better. I put on a decent amount of weight. I've been trying to put on.
That works for you. It works.
Yeah.
So you feel pretty good.
I feel much better to do that. Not to say I don't eat, like, we snack and splurge on things here and there. But for the most part, it's somewhat of the same stuff most days. There's not a whole lot. We try to vary our vegetables. Yeah. So we get different vegetables by the week or by the month, by the season. Same with the meat. Some weeks we do a lot of chicken. Some weeks we do like ground turkey. Some weeks we do beef. Yeah. Just so you get some type of variation there. Okay. Which I think helps just eating it, number one, and number two, just nutrient uptake too. So yeah, we eat relatively clean. Yeah. Do you like track your macros and stuff like that? I don't. No, you don't do all that? I don't. Yeah, I never have done that. I just eat, like, honestly, I'll eat until I can't eat anymore at most meals just because of where I'm at. I'm trying to gain weight. So yeah, I'll try to eat as much as I can when it comes to like regular food, and then with the rice or oats with it. And then for lunch, same thing. I try to eat as much, pretty much until I can't. And then for dinner, sometimes when I get to dinner at night, it'll be like, okay, you have like an hour and a half to eat as much food as possible. So we'll eat, and then I'll eat a little more, then I'll eat a little bit more, and eat a little more. So hey, whatever works. Yeah, the quantity I haven't really measured out. I probably should do that, but I would guess it's over like 4,000 calories a day. Yeah, ish, average. Yeah. Cool. Some days maybe a little more, some days maybe not so much. So, because I feel across that can be tough. You're like, it's kind of started as this minimal input, maximal output type thing, and you're just like meant to eat like leaves and berries and nuts, which is all I did for years. I think that's a very, very healthy way of eating. But when you're training at a little bit higher level, wanting to get a little bit more out of your workouts, then I think you need to supplement it a little bit more. When it comes to nutrition. So, I mean, if it feels good and it works for you, man, stick with it. That's right. I mean, you're a pretty ripped guy, so. Well, main thing is getting some numbers up in the gym, so appreciate that. Cool, man. Well, I mean,
I mean, that's pretty much all I want to ask you, man. So yeah, that's all I really have for you, man. I really appreciate you taking the time,
man,
just getting to know you, and and for the channel and stuff. So
I'm
it's a
glad
little
to do
project
it.
I've been doing.
Subscribe, man. I need to get on there.
Yeah,
for sure. So.
Make an account, brother.
I got an old YouTube account. I need to pull it back up. Check it out. So.
Yeah, so
cool, sure, man. Yeah,
so,
I appreciate it.
All right, let me wrap this up. Hey guys, so this is Hudson Fricke. He's the owner of Southern Crossfit in Greenville, South Carolina. So if you're in the area, come check out his gym. So great guy, great smile. Look at that smile, bro.
That's right. That's quality.
All right, don't forget to subscribe, guys. So click the button; it'll be up right here in this little corner. So appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure.